Guys, I have to be honest with you now. I literally forgot to record and now I find myself here with the 45 level with this build being almost on the top of the scoreboard. I said almost, but anyways, welcome to this new video, I guess. I've been here for like 10 minutes. This is actually my first one and I've been explaining how this tank actually works. After reaching 45, I was actually occupying the center of the map. And I was, explaining this build and how invincible you are with it, and then I actually realized that I'm not recording, so let's rephrase it really briefly just so you can understand it. So this is an Octa tank right here. This, I would say, is the most foolproof build in Holdive.io, because if I were to show my stats, you upgrade all of your bullet penetration and bullet damage along with reload and movement speed. That way you can't be killed by any rammer. Also, we give some points to max health and health regen, just to be sure, because, it's not like you are not gonna get hit by anything with this build. At times, if people are skilled enough, you're gonna get hit. But those bullets, by the time they reach you, they are gonna be weakened by our bullets, because, bullets have health. Even though they are not displayed with the health bars, they actually do have health, and that health is upgraded by bullet penetration. So you're not gonna get killed by rammer, you're not gonna get killed by any bullet hell, trust me on that. But the only negative of this build is that, first of all, it's inexplicably boring, I have to say. The only strategy you're gonna be applying here is being in the center and farming on the alpha pentagons. And second of all, I have to say, it's not really encouraging because you're not gonna get killed anyone, let's put it this way. Due to the fact that we have no bullet speed, I feel like we are actually almost as fast as our bullets. That way you're not gonna kill anyone. It also creates some kind of barrier or bullet shield, and that way you are not gonna get killed by any rammer or any bullet. I gotta give you a tip because this is quite boring. So how about we make it even more boring? By pressing C and E, you can actually turn on the auto fire and auto spin, which means that I'm only controlling this tank with WSDA. And that way I can be chilling right here, and the only thing which we need to be careful about is our snipers, I gotta say, but as you could see, our bullets are actually stopping all of their bullets. So that's quite convenient, I have to say. Anyways, with auto spin and auto shooting, we can be just chilling. We are actually on the 3rd place, and trust me, with this build, if the only objective of yours is getting the 1st place in the leaderboard, you're gonna get it. I trust me on that, you're gonna get it. But it takes time. I don't want to say you're gonna get it in no time, but definitely you're gonna get it in time. And I'm convinced that that would apply for everyone. The only harder thing about this is actually getting to this build. If I were to give you any tips, upgrade bullet penetration, bullet damage and movement speed first, then reload, and then you don't have to do the exact same thing which I did: body damage, max health and health regen, but definitely don't upgrade your bullet speed. Other than that, manage those 5 extra points as you wish. If you like more regen, upgrade that. If you like more health, upgrade that. But this right here, these 4 are not optional with this build. I actually got a little carried away, so how about we return to the center and farm as much score as possible, because this guy, Jesus God, is occupying this here. And I don't like it because he's doing our job essentially. How about we go to these alpha pentagons? They give off 3000 score, which actually you could see on my scoreboard. We actually got it. 3000 score isn't that high. Let's be honest. I mean, it's high if you are just starting. The probabilities are not in your place to get 3000 score if you're starting. And by the time you actually get 45 level, 3000 is nothing essentially. I only have to add that we can be easily killed by any annihilator builds. But as long as you're careful about your surroundings and can move, you would be set. You would be good to go. So now let's return to the center because we were quite pushed away from it. And let's just farm these pentagons and alpha pentagons. In the leaderboard, there's basically no one that can threaten us Maybe, there are no factories, but factories are a different chapter, let's put it this way, because if you encounter a skilled factory, there's no build which can defeat them. But skilled factories are really rare in this game, I would say. They really take some practice, and it doesn't just happen to be a good factory. We're actually being kind of pushed away. He's definitely not gonna kill us, I guarantee you that. He's just really territorial, I would say. He just wants the center for himself. How about we just stir away and return to the center from the other side? I mean, that would work. He doesn't have the speed to chase me. He doesn't have, that's the only thing he doesn't have against me. But I would say the best thing about this, you're definitely not gonna get killed by any rammer. Which honestly, rammer builds, this is inexplicably boring, but I have to say, personally, I find rammer builds more boring than this one. Because, rammers are both frustrating and boring at the same time. This is only boring. Rammers, I feel like that Sprat Shot is finally away, and now we can feast. This is if I were to show you the only thing about this build, is exactly this, being in the center and doing this. I have to say, I want to reach 100k score just to prove my point to you guys. I really suggest to you trying this build out only if the case is that you lost a ton of games, you're tired, and you want to finally experience how it feels to be 45 level, because there are actually folks out there who are actually pretty bad at this game. There can be external and internal factors like slow internet, like you being really unskilled, but this game is new and it came out right today, so you got an excuse for being bad in this game. Anyways, Jesus is God returned for something. I feel like he wants to do the same strategy as me. LOL, he can be the one who's gonna kill me, but I feel like this run is only gonna end if I want it to end. I feel like I'm gonna be good and just donate it to some low level guy, for example Spider-Man, but it's not, we haven't reached 100k score yet, so I have to say we have some time left here. A couple of pentagons or 2 alpha pentagons are there for us to destroy just to reach that 100k score. Chimera, this is not happening. You're not gonna kill me, you're also not gonna feast on the center. This is my territory. Like in theory, this is mine. There's nothing that can threaten me, even the guardians, even the Pentagon guardians, which would be these pink triangles, can't hurt me at all. Let's just AFK here. Let's get that. By the way, the best way to farm those is actually going really close to them. That way the most bullets can hit it, but I feel like that's common sense. You would think I didn't have to explain that. And I actually haven't noticed it, but we got 101k score, which I find it as an absolute win, because I feel like there are 2 milestones in this game, 100k score and then 1 million, but I feel like 1 million is more about being dedicated rather than being skilled, because 1 million is either tedious to get or you need to get really lucky, but lucky doesn't come every time. So how about we just destroy both of these alpha pentagons, and then I feel like we are gonna be good Samaritans and we are gonna donate our score. I feel like I'm gonna give it to some low level. And actually, if you want to follow my route, be sure to turn off the auto spin and auto shoot, because they would have no chance against you. I just wanted to point that out, because again, you would think I didn't have to explain this. So the most low level tanks are actually crowded on the edges of the map, so how about we go there and let's see who we are gonna get our score to. I got actually 10k score without even thinking, which only shows how powerful this tank can be, but also how boring it is and how brain dead you have to be to do this. I actually don't quite often do this build. I only do this if I'm frustrated with this game. Alright, Shulche, you're a rammer. Even though I hate rammers, I have to do this. Are you a rammer? I'm not sure. Let's just ram him and let's see what's gonna happen. Why are you not? He's definitely not rammer. Why aren't you shooting me? I want to be good. Let's shoot. You obviously don't want anything. You're so ungrateful. Friend, I don't trust you. Let's find someone different. I see some bullets coming from up there. How about we get a look there? I don't want you. I'm giving out the score for someone who deserves it, not you. Do you see? I actually promised that I'm not gonna kill anybody, but you know, I feel like that ending was kind of more epic. So, bro, you actually got killed. I mean, Turkey won it. I mean, no, Zelly won it. Have you seen that chain? 4 tanks were just eliminated just for some random Zelly to get 26k score. I mean, what has this game become? So, I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you see each other on another one. So, bye bye.